Hey, I'm a third, fourth, and fifth graders, and I want to just say hi. We're doing so great with remote teaching and remote learning in the library, and you have been just so fantastic. I think one of your favorite things so far was the Interland if you're in fourth and fifth grade. I don't believe third has done Interland yet, but this week I am going to open up Interland for the third graders, and Interland is a fun site which you can learn technology and all about internet safety and digital etiquette and all these cool things on the internet while you're on the internet, because you're on the internet a lot now with all these Zoom meetings and all these assignments. So we're just going to go over digital etiquette, but we're going to do it through Interland, which is the coolest game ever. And if it's a little bit hard for you, if it's like, and I'm talking to third graders, not fourth and fifth, if it's a little bit hard for you, just shut out, close it down, come back sometime when you got some time just to go through it. The first time is like always the hardest, but then after that, it's really fun once you get used to it. But the first time, do be aware it's just a little bit on the tough side. It's the game, it's the part jumping from cloud to cloud that's a little bit tricky. It's not the work on it, it's tricky, it's just the game part. All my fourth and fifth graders going, yeah, but we got that because they played it a couple times. Once you play it a couple times, you're like, oh, this is so easy now. All right, so we are still doing tumble books. I want us to start reading graphic novels. So if you have not read a graphic novel yet, I want you to definitely, please, please, please read a graphic novel, because I have a little project that we're going to start doing. We're going to create our own 8-page graphic novel. So I need you to start doing graphic novels. So have you been reading chapter books? That's great. Go ahead. Continue on with the chapter book. Don't stop. But do look at a graphic novel this week. Pull it open from Tumble Books and look at a couple of them, because we are going to start creating our own graphic novel. And you're probably saying, Miss Parker, but you got Pete the Cat up there. Why do you have Pete the Cat? That's strange, Miss Parker, because you're talking to the third, fourth, and fifth graders. Yes, I am. I'm talking to third, fourth, and fifth graders, because I want you to keep in mind that the authors of all of these books, the kindergarten books, the first grade books, the second grade books, they are not kindergartners, first grade, and second grade students. The people who produce all of these books and all of this cool artwork, I'm looking over here too, showing you the rabbit and, oh, look at that, the owl and all of this, even these, look at the clouds. Look at that. Those are adults. So adults are the ones who created these. Keep in mind, Miss Parker, because I have created so far 3 picture books, and, well, I published 3 picture books. I think I've actually got 5 picture books I got to go ahead and pull out and publish them as well. I think Frankie Went Stompin' is one that I've got to publish very, very soon. I'm a little bit behind because it was for October, but that's okay. But anyhow, what I'm trying to say is students do not create these books, adults do. And it takes a lot and lots of talent to do it. Okay? So where do you get your talent from? Well, believe it or not, most people get their talent from practicing. Practicing at home just like you're doing now. So how does Miss Parker do all this? Did I go to college to do it? No, I went to college to learn how to be a librarian. I didn't go to college to learn how to be an author or how to draw and illustrate on the computer. How did I do that? I taught myself. I took a lot of YouTube courses, and I took a lot of, like, how to do this, how to do that. Same thing you can do now yourself. So I learned on my own, and it progressed into what it's progressed. So a lot of times what makes you an expert on something is practice. Practice, practice, practice on your own and having fun with what you're doing. So gets back to Pete the Cat. Why are we looking at Pete the Cat? Because, remember I was telling you about graphic novels? I want us to start creating graphic novels. We're going to go step by step by step. This is the start of our graphic novels, because I want you to see a real live author illustrator at work. And Pete the Cat is the perfect place to start. Over the summer, Miss Parker started watching Pete the Cat Club, and he has a club on YouTube. See all the kids? Look at them, they're so excited to see Pete the Cat. And this right here is Mr. James Dean. Now, Mr. James Dean is the creator of Pete the Cat. He drew Pete the Cat. He actually went to a homeless shelter when he was in his early 20s, and he adopted a stray cat. And guess what? Pete the Cat. Yeah, he called him Pete. Pete the Cat was a real live cat. I think he lived to be about 13 or 14 years old before he passed. And they said he never really passed. They said that one day Mr. Dean left the door open and Pete never came home. So Mr. Dean says, I wonder if he's still out there because he never ever came home that night. So I was like, that's cool. I wonder if Pete the Cat's still out there walking around somewhere. Of course, he's right here. See him? He says, I'm right here. Don't you see me, Pete the Cat? All right. So I'm going to have this video of Mr. Dean right here below. So after you watch my video, I want you to watch his. And why do I want you to watch his? Because you are going to see a master illustrator work. He is going to show you how to draw Emma the pug. And here he starts. And I'm just going through it quick. He's going to show you step by step how he draws Emma the pug. So I want you to see a real illustrator in progress. And then his wife reads the book. If you want to continue on and listen to the book, that's fine. Go ahead, please. But if you don't, if you want to stop after the illustration, go ahead and just stop after the illustration. Okay? So, but I want you to see a real live illustrator who is illustrated many best-selling books, how he does it. Because we're going to start illustrating and writing our own graphic novels. And today is step one. He's holding up one hand. Okay, step one in that. All right, so after you do this, after you watch me right here, then you're going to watch James Dean draw Emma the pug. And then that's your lesson this week as far as graphic novels and illustrations and all that. You don't have to do anything. If you want to draw and practice, please, because we're just talking about practicing. But if you don't want to practice, that's okay. You don't have to. It's up to you. And then I want you to at least do 10 minutes of type to learn. Yes, 10 minutes. 10 minutes of type to learn. And then play Interland. And if you're in third grade, just try it. If it's hard, that's okay. Just cut it off, come back a couple of days until you can sort of get the hang of it. It's really interesting. All right, so remember, two things. Two very important things. Well, actually, three. Okay, three. Watch my video. Watch James Dean's video. Look at a graphic novel on Tumble Books. Go through that and grab a graphic novel that you like. Look through it, read through it. Just get an idea of what a graphic novel is. And then 10 minutes of type to learn, and then go through Interland. Okay? All right. I'll see you next week. Same bat channel, same bat time. Say bye, Pete the Cat. Pete the Cat. Miss Parker needs to get radiator merchandise like this. Have a radiator. Yeah. She can sit, or radiator can sit with Pete the Cat. That'd be so cool. Wouldn't that be so cool? All right. Bye.